Hello everyone, I'm Eunkyung, a graduate assistant at Palmer Museum of Art. I'm so glad to see you at Online Art Club. Today we will get back to the essential and foundational elements of art, colors. I know you already know colors well, but if you explore more about color and its use, you will realize that color can bring us great creativity with their effects. Let's check it out in Palmer's collection. Before we start, what is your favorite color? Red? Green? Blue? I love purple best. Can you find your favorite color in these artworks? You can see various colors here. We can call these colors hue, which means the origin or shade of the color we see. Artists often arouse various emotions and atmosphere using colors. We can divide colors as warm colors and cool colors. Well, I know we cannot feel any cold or hot when we touch colors. But colors indeed can create a mood or feelings without any touch. What colors can you find in this painting? Orange, bright green, and yellow. How do the colors in this painting make you feel? It makes me think of sunshine. Yes, orange, bright green, and yellow are warm colors. How about this painting? It reminds me of a warm spring because of the vivid orange and yellow colors in the clothing. Let's move on to the cool colors. What is the main color in this painting? Yes, blue. Blue is a typical color that can calm and soothe people. Here is a painting of Lake George by Georgia O'Keeffe. How does this lake make you feel? It seems cold, peaceful, and isolated. Cool colors such as blue, green, and light purple can remind you of water, ice, sky, and snow. Artists bring more powerful emotions by using various colors together as a combination. There are many different approaches and effects of the combination of colors. One of the ways is to use analogous colors together. The colors that are close together in the color wheel are called analogous colors. Here, the artist used a gradation of yellow and green in the painting. How about this painting? There is light green, green, and light blue. How do these artworks make you feel? It seems comfortable and reminds me of my sweet dreams. Artists use analogous colors to create a harmonious mood in the artworks. On the other hand, for a vivid expression, artists use complementary colors together. Complementary colors are ones that sit opposite from each other on the color wheel. When they are placed next to each, they create a dynamic visual effect that enhances the vibrancy of the colors we see. You can see examples of complementary colors in Coming to Jones Road under a Blood Red Sky No. 8 from Femfolio by Faith Ringgold. The contrasting red sky and green landscape present powerful emotion through the dramatic use of colors. Oscar Blumner used complementary colors orange and blue together to create a vibrant landscape with high saturation. And this glass sculpture by Dale Chihuly pairs up purple and yellow to provide striking visual effects. Now that we've explored various colors and their combinations, we can use colors for creative effect in our art making. Our team will limit ourselves to just a few colors that are analogous or complementary to create our artworks. Let's see how it works.
Today I am going to draw dolphins with analogous colors. I will color the dolphins using a stencil. Caponegro's gradation painting really inspired me, so I decided to use gradation in my project as well. For this prompt, you will need a piece of paper to paint, a pen, and watercolor paints, several sponges, and a palette. I also printed the clip art images of dolphins on a thick paper. Likewise, you can print whatever shapes that you want. Or you can just draw any shapes that you want. Whatever you choose, please use a thick paper to print better shapes. I will cut out the dolphins using a utility knife. I would recommend getting a grown-up's help if you are doing this as a kid. Now we will color these dolphins using watercolor paints and sponges. I will use 3 analogous colors, red, orange, and yellow. These are all warm colors too. Secure the stencil to your surface with tape or any stickers. This makes your dolphins to be fixed in good shape. And put yellow color on your sponge and dab it on the surface. Then put orange colors too. If you want to express a more natural gradient, you can also mix yellow and orange a bit and dab. Then move on to the orange color. I think we can also move on to the red color too. We finished the big dolphin. We will paint other small dolphins in the same way. I will paint 2 dolphins with the same stencil. Yes, the stencil is reusable. You can print hundreds of identical dolphins using the stencil. It is one of the best things about the stencil. Once I finish the coloring, I will use a white marker to finish it off. I will correct some shapes. I think I am all done. How does it look? The gradation with warm analogous colors seems so harmonious. I love the mood. I recommend trying this stencil art with your favorite shapes and colors.
Let's check in with my team to see how they used colors in their projects.
Hi everyone, it's Jules. I was really excited about the prompt for this week because I love using color in my work. I decided to use 2 sets of complementary colors, yellow and purple, and red and green. I wanted to combine abstract and representational, so I did a quick fun sketch of a swan wearing a cowboy hat on my paper. I was really inspired by the Faith Ringgold piece we looked at, so I started by just blocking in some of the shapes on the paper with my acrylic paint. Then, for the more abstracted part, I just started adding some lines and shapes around the page. I had a lot of fun making this and deciding where each color should go. Some parts are definitely more successful than others, but I felt like I was experimenting and learning about color as I went. I ended up adding some lines to define the shapes a little more, and I'm happy with the overall result.
Hi everyone! For this project that is all about color, I'll be focusing on complementary colors, so colors that are opposite from each other on the color wheel. In this painting, I will start with the first layer of paint in analogous colors, purple, blue, and green. I started by splitting my paper into 3 sections and painted each with textured brush strokes. I used acrylic paint, which is probably the best choice for this project because it's thick and layers easily over other colors. After this layer of paint is completely dry, I will go over each section with its complementary color. But before I do that, I'm going to trace some shapes onto my paper. Using a pencil, I traced 3 hearts, 1 in each section. Then I used white paint as my base because it is thick and I didn't want too much of the color from below to show through. I mixed it with yellow paint to start because yellow is the complement of purple. I carefully painted around the outline of the heart and then started adding orange to my yellow as I made my way into the blue section. Orange is blue's complementary color. Last, I mixed in some red and started outlining the last green heart. I blended the colors and voila, here is the finished painting.
If you've been following along with us this past year, you'll know that I love to work with bold colors, shapes, and patterns. Today, I made an analogous color painting, which means that I used 3 colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. I love cool colors especially, so I chose blue, green, and purple. I started to just paint some organic shapes with my colors. No rhyme or reason to them, just getting fun color onto the canvas. I liked the sliver of white in the middle, so I decided to leave it alone. Once it all dried, I went back through with my Posca acrylic paint markers and added some details in 2 shades of blue. And then after the blue was done, I added some white too, just to bring out that sliver in the middle. I'm a really big fan of how this turned out because I do love playing with colors and patterns so much when I make art.
Thank you so much for watching. We can't wait to see what you create. Show us your artwork with the hashtag Palmer Online Art Club. We'll see you next time for another look into Palmer's collection. Bye!